Do you think Ji-woon is starting to also figure out the identity of the crown prince? Remember the part about the book? And he was like, why do you have the book? And then now the crown prince just saved his friends from being killed. Don't you think Ji-woon is starting to ask, like, why would you save them if you did not know the story about trying to save those orphan children? You know what I mean? Let's discuss. Hello, good people. Thanks for joining me again. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Ann, and on my channel, I review foreign shows. You know what I usually say, right? We travel around the world sitting on our couches. How fun is that? You never know which country we're gonna end up next. Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ann, and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review The King's Affection, episode 5 and 6. I'm doing that every week. It's currently airing on Netflix. And so just to get started, like I was just asking about Ji-woon and the Crown Prince. First of all, let's just address the fact that love is in the air, right? The way they're looking at each other and the constant staring. I'm like, okay, Ji-woon, if the Crown Prince is a guy, why are you like, oh my God? And then he was holding his heart, checking his pulse, and it's like boom, 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 boom. And you can tell he's like, what is happening to me, right? And then obviously, like I just asked, is he kind of starting to clue in, like, wow, with the identity of the crown prince? Don't forget, he did see her when she was stuck in the woods that one time, looking like a girl. And then now the book, he's like, why would you have the book that I had given Dami, right? And then now she just saved his friends. And so I bet you he's gonna have more questions. So I'm starting to get the feeling like sooner or later, he's about to find out who she is. And then let's add on Lord Eun, which now they did tell us how he found out that she's a girl. You remember he was stuck in the back when he was younger, holding that cat, and then he overheard the queen at the time having a discussion with now the crown prince about how she cannot ever tell people that she's a girl, and then he heard about it. By the way, anybody notice that actor who was playing the young Eun? He's the same. He was at the time, he was a young little boy, cute, with the most beautiful dimples from Sassy Girl. That's also a historical piece. It's Korean. And now he's all grown up and he looks maybe like he's in his teenage years, maybe 14 years old or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's him. You can never miss those dimples, right? So anyway, he was playing the young Eun and obviously overheard the whole thing. So he's known from the beginning that she's a girl and clearly is in love with her. So we definitely are gonna have a love triangle, right? Because Eun loves the crown prince, and we know these two for sure are gonna fall in love. So that's gonna be interesting to see. The other thing that I thought was interesting was Gao-on, bodyguard. I'm just like, is he working with Lord Sun-hyun? I'm feeling like there's a connection there, because remember when she was doing the inspection, I was like, I bet you he's there to keep an eye on her and maybe report to him once he finds out it's a girl. It's gonna be an issue. I feel like Gao-on, the bodyguard, is gonna be a problem. The other person I'm also suspecting that I feel like could easily be used is Lord Hyun. Who's to say there's not somebody in the palace that maybe is going to make him spill the beans that the crown prince is a girl, right? I know he's in love with her, but I can also see him being used to tell the truth. Especially that uncle of hers who's always crazy. I feel like if he finds out, he's gonna push to get to the truth. So I'm like, oh my God, it's getting crazy, right? It's really getting crazy. I also think the other person, the queen, is also scheming to find a way to get rid of the crown prince in hoping that her son takes the throne. So I'm feeling like the crown prince has a lot of things coming at her or him. So it'll be interesting to see like what happens there. The other thing too about Ji-woon and his dad, I know his dad is really, really strict, but I feel like at the end, I get the feeling we're gonna love him. Like he is just following the rules of protecting the palace and the kingdom. And in the end, he does love his son, and there's obviously a misunderstanding because I felt like, when he was begging, please don't kill my friends, you could tell it was touching the dad. And clearly he could have killed them from the beginning, but he had them staying in prison, to kind of protect him. So I feel like it may be one of those cases of tough love by dad, but I feel like he's a good dad. Just there's a misunderstanding, and obviously he has his role and he believes in protecting the palace at all cost. If you ask him, he would say he's just doing the right thing. He's following the orders of the king, right? So anyway, let me know what you think about episode 5 and 6. I feel like every day, every week they're giving us more and more information, and it's getting really good, and clearly their love is starting to bubble. Thanks you so much for joining me. Please join me again next week. Let's see what's gonna happen, what more we're gonna find out. I do know that they give us a little bit of a preview. It seems like the crown prince for sure gets in trouble. Grandpa is really coming for her. Like, you need to toughen up, right? So please do join me next week. Let me know what you thought about episode 5 and 6, and let me know if you agree with me with the fact that is he figuring out that it's a girl? And then with Lord Hyun, obviously the love triangle is probably gonna happen. And then do you think he can also be used to tell, like maybe somebody in the palace is using him, and eventually he may be pushed to spill the beans that she's a girl. You know what I mean? So we're gonna keep watching. I think it's a really fantastic show. I thank you once again for joining me. I'll see you again next week. Give me a like if you like the video, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. And I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Deuces.